On this episode of Lift Arc Builds, we're building this giant welding table. It's huge! Okay, we're back on the fab table. Steve's here. Hi, Steve. We're gonna load this up. Loud noise, watch fingers. Now I know why it had to be bigger than 5x10, because the torch has to have room to get around it. This makes me nervous and excited at the same time. Yeah. Is it exactly 5 or a little more? He goes, it's exactly 5. So over
our local steel provider.
5/8 off is exact.
Okay, leave it there.
Okay. I'm nervous. I'm gonna go sit.
You have to go program it all in.
Yeah, I have the top almost done.
You got time to sit on that.
I do. I have to change consumables.
That's what you do when you're nervous. Just kick it down the road a little.
Yeah. See, future me has got all this figured out. Fresh consumables. And those are these things. I think you guys have seen by this point what we're talking about. So this is the nozzle. That's 85 amps. And this is the electrode. So these are the two things that wear out when you cut. This is like, here you go. Worn out. Not worn out. Well, I don't actually know that this is worn out. It was still cutting, but
Used.
used. Discarded. Time to program. The tabletop is on this pen drive. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna transfer the file from this drive to the actual computer. That way if the pen drive fails, it won't screw me up. I'm gonna get this more zeroed than I've ever zeroed anything. All right, locking it in. Look at how far it's gotta go. So the reason there's so many holes on the top of these tables is for fixtures and clamps and squares and jigs. You can hold metal down and hold it square in ways that you can't do on other solid metal tables. It's a standard system. So a 5/8 hole, you got 5/8 tooling, and so that's kind of what this table's all about. Okay, so update. I have been having some issues with the plasma cutter. Now, when I say plasma cutter, I mean the actual power supply, the machine that is creating the plasma cutting, not the CNC table, nothing that Shop Saver made. We're talking about the Hypertherm PowerMax 85 up there. So what I've been dealing with is it's throwing some fault codes and doing things here and there. And there's this thing called a swirl ring, which after talking to the tech support at Hypertherm, he says that these rarely get changed and they can deform enough to where they can start causing problems specific to the code that I was getting. So there's the old one, there's the new one. Can you tell a difference?
Yes.
I can't either, but we're gonna replace it and carry on. See if that fixes things. The nozzle goes in, the electrode goes in, and then the swirl ring goes in. And then that screws onto the torch. So let's do that. All right, that hasn't moved, so we should be good to go. turn the plasma cutter back on. This is what I mean by the plasma cutter. This is the powerhouse that makes that capable of cutting steel. So that's happy. We're gonna come over here, hit the resume button, hit enter. It's gonna think for a second. And then it says press enter to continue, and then we press enter. All right, well, we're cutting. Let's see how long it lasts. So I should explain. The issue I was having was not really with the swirl ring or the consumable. The issue was that I have moisture in my air supply, which I thought I had my dryer set up properly, but I didn't. And the moisture coming through the air line and into the torch was creating some weird electrical conductance problems in the torch. So it's 11:23. Oh, we've been up for a long time. We've been drinking beer and hanging out.
A little bit.
In complete honesty, we're a little buzzed, honestly. But it's about to, I think, make the final cut around the entire perimeter of the table after all this time. So we're gonna bring you guys with me. Cameraman, would you mind?
Yes.
All right, this is line 18,602 of the code. And here we go. Please work, please work. God, please work. Please work. Please.
Watch that. I'm gonna watch that Z-axis.
Nothing. Nothing happened. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't turn the plasma cutter back on.
You didn't do what?
Wow.
Amateur hour over here.
Wow. Wow. Okay, it kind of goes without saying, but I don't recommend to drink and use expensive equipment. We were safe, everything's fine. Continue.
Oh my God.
Oh, we can go home now. Yeah. That's a lie. That 4 minutes and 30 seconds is a lie.
Totally a lie.
Good night, San Francisco. Okay, so the top is cut out. There's gonna be a little bit of cleanup to do. Some of the cuts didn't work out perfect, but it's perfect enough. So I'm gonna pull it off the table. We're gonna go set it on my existing welding table, and I've got the next sheet of parts laid out for all the cross pieces and everything. So turn them and burn them. So the plan is to use my existing fab table to assemble this new table because it is flat and level, and we need a good datum point to go off of. So you can already tell how big it is in the space, 4x8 versus 5x10. So big change. So we're gonna clean this up, but I'm more concerned with getting all the pieces cut first, and then we'll do the cleanup and assembly. So time to put sheet number 2 on the table. Okay, so here we are at the second plate that we're gonna cut out. And I've nested it like they said. So this is, I bought these plans from Maker Table. Been following them on YouTube, Instagram, that kind of thing for a little while. Bought these DXF files from them. While they don't come nested on a sheet, he has pictures on here to show you how you kind of should do it. So I'm kind of following that best I can. So we're just going around and making sure that all of our tolerances are reasonable, that we're not crazy close to the edge of the plate. You know, that's 1/8 of an inch or so there, you know, but they kind of have to be that tight because they stack. Looks like they're all about in the same place. Good morning. As the forklift warms up and the shop warms up, we start day 3 of giant welding table fabrication. So here are the parts that we cut out yesterday. Got all those. Got a bunch of these. We got the top, obviously. So Steve's been helping me clean everything up as it comes off the plasma table, you know, cleaning up the dross and fixing a few holes here and there that didn't cut properly or the torch got messed up or something. So we hope to be assembling today. I have one more sheet of parts to cut out. It's gonna be the smallest amount of parts yet, so it shouldn't take that long. I got the table zeroed, it's moved over. I gotta take a moment and say that the design, I'm having issues with this plasma table, and the main issue is torch height control. The Tay you're watching in the video is an idiot. Trust this guy. And even then, only kinda. So the torch height control works with input from the actual plasma cutter, not the table. So the plasma cutter can sense how much metal it's cutting into and take that voltage and figure out how far the tip is off the surface of the plate, and it can modulate that as it cuts. It can be exacerbated by 2 things. Again, the moisture in the air supply was the main culprit of this, and the other part that helped was after I talked to the techs at Shop Saver. Shout out Shop Saver, they're super helpful. They told me how to go into some of the settings in the cutting software, change a few things related to torch height control that makes my particular machine work a little better. So yet another thing I have figured out since this video. So this guy needs to quit bitching and get back to work. We'll go into that more in a different video, but today we're gonna load up the 3rd sheet. I'm gonna program the rest of the parts and then we'll start cutting. Okay, so I'm gonna try to sum this up as fast as I possibly can. We finally have all the pieces cut. These are long sides, short sides, middle, widthwise cross members and lengthwise cross members. We have the tops. We have some homemade clamps. I guess, what's this Adam over there at Maker Table came up with these. So this is gonna help us clamp all the pieces together, allegedly. And yeah, after battling with the plasma cutter forever, we got these other pieces cut out too. Some of these are leg brackets. Some of these are riser blocks. These are actually a completely different thing. They were an extra file that I bought from Maker Table. So I'm gonna shut up though, and Steve and I are gonna double team this table and see if we can't get it put together. So enjoy the montage. Tired.
Let's just pick it up tomorrow.
We're gonna pick it up tomorrow, but let me show you guys what we did. I mean, you saw it already, but There it is. 5x10 welding table. Obviously this is the underneath. The top's flat with all these holes, and all we need to do now is put legs on it. It's been a learning process. I know issues that I have with my machine that I need to figure out. Can you tell I'm tired? Let's go home. I'm gonna see you in the morning. Bye. Okay, like day 4 on the Fab Table project. I was on Instagram this morning, updating some people, and I connected with Adam over at Maker Table and some of the people over at Shop Saver. So Adam helped me clear up some questions I've had about these leg plates. These go in the corners. These mount on them like so. And then your 3x3 leg gets welded to there. And these all get welded into the corners and 2 in the middle. So I'm gonna clean all these parts up, grind the dross off of them, get them clean. And that way when Steve gets here, we can continue welding these plates in and get this thing on its legs. So 6 legs for this big table. I'm sure the smaller tables are fine with 4 legs, but the good news is all the parts I cut out all have a purpose and they all fit, and now we know how to do it. So we should be able to put legs on this thing pretty soon. So let's get to it. We're done. Yay. We don't exactly know how we're gonna get it off the table yet, but we're gonna bring you with us. And you can laugh at us from the safety of your couch. Yeah, come on down. All right, let's put the legs on. Yeah. Okay, so these are the feet we've made. We took a 5/8 bolt, welded it to some scraps from past plasma projects, and then you can see how it goes into the leg there. So the table is level, meaning horizon-wise, it's level, both X and Y, but it's not flat. So from here over, there's a little dive, probably almost an eighth inch over 3 feet, which is, you know, for a precision piece of assembly equipment is a lot. So what we're thinking of doing is, being that there's a slight crown in the middle, is we'll drill an attachment point into the concrete floor and then make a hook underneath the high spot and get a turnbuckle or something to crank the two together, and we might be able to pull this high spot out of the table. It'll make the table more solid too.
It won't move then.
No. So
We might want to do two, like one on this side and one on that side, like here.
yeah.
That would work.
All right. So,
I've got some big turnbuckles.
do you? Are you bragging on camera how big your turnbuckles are?
Well, you know, they say I've got some pretty.
Yeah, that's what I hear, man. The streets don't lie. All right, well, for the purpose of this video, I think that's it. So we got the DXF files from Maker Table. Follow them on Instagram, makertable.com. Adam and I talked this morning on Instagram Messenger to work out some final details. He's pretty helpful, and he's got a good business going. So check them out. They're out in
Springfield, Tennessee.
and chop saber. I wish I'd have known what I learned from the master technician this morning before I started cutting this stuff out, because it probably would have went a lot smoother. Probably, gosh, 10 hours of plasma cutting in this.
But it might have been 5.
It might have been 5.
Yeah.
And I may not have had to get so drunk. Plasma cutting the top.
Do you think that has anything to do with the curve top?
There's a very good possibility. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. We love hearing from you. If you want to build one of these tables, get ready to work. I see why they are $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 now, because we got 2 guys, probably 20. Well, I've got 20 plus hours in it. You've got 3 days now. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot of man hours. So next time you want to buy one of these and you're bitching about the price, don't. Thanks for watching. Overall, I am pleased. It's a bit hollow, but I've been worried about this exact problem the entire time. I just didn't know what else we could be doing to fix it.
I think we did okay the way we assembled it. Like, I don't think our assembly technique was the problem.
I thought it was better than what most people would do.
I think so too. If the plasma cutter had been running top notch, I think we'd have a flat table.
Next time on Lift Dark Studio.